Guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Tuesday morning. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Tuesday morning, guys. Quick word. Got a download I wanted to share. Get back to the secret place. Get back to the secret place. It is crucial that we are so tunnel vision right now and lock on to what God is saying to you. And a lot of the convictions right now are based more so around distractions. Distractions of whatever sorts. That may be a certain sin, that may be a person, counterfeits, or just persons in general. That can be the enemy is trying to psych you up in the sense of you need more before you can elevate to the next level. You got to get more. You got to get another class in, another degree in. You got to wait until the kids is out of school. You got to wait till this, that, and the third. Like right now, his focus is on distractions in ways that's going to cause you to miss a very, very important strategic download that you're going to need in order for the door to open. Right now, what's opening doors are favor and us being obedient to our instructions. All that still falls under the umbrella, if you will, as favor. But there is nothing we can do, meaning us, flesh. There is nothing we can do to enter this shift, right? Now, of course, many of us had other instructions to do things. Many of us have completed those things. Even if it wasn't to a place of excellence, it has been completed enough where that's why many of us are in seasons of stillness. Think about it. If you have not completed enough, if you have not done everything that God told you to do and God needed you to do something else, there's something else that the enemy is trying to psych you up with right now. Go and start that business. Go and apply for that job while you're waiting. If you walk away from the counterfeit, they're going to be upset. Well, no, God is love. So you know this person is struggling. So you should be helping this person. You should be trying to help this person heal. You should be trying to help this person understand their triggers and their traumas, everything that the chosen one typically do. That this is not the time. So what he's doing is he's psyching you up with all this stuff. But if there was anything else left for us to do, to take another course, to do this, that, and the third, if there was anything left for us to do that God needed, would we be in a season of stillness? Make it make sense. Because when we are in seasons where God needs us to be doing things, right? Because it's a partnership. So there's times we have to do a lot of things. But if we're honest, we can't even rest in those seasons. Our spirit is too convicted to do this, get that. It's like we're running around with chickens with our head cut off. Like we can't even relax until we get certain things done. So why all of a sudden now there's a peace, there's a stillness, because there's nothing left for us to do except be still, get back to the secret place and wait on that one last instruction. That one last instruction is what you need, all caps, what we need for the next level. But instead, the enemy knows that. So now he's playing out with your confidence. He's playing out with your self-esteem. You may be the most confident person, but he's trying to give you everything to do before you take that step. And it can be a very uncomfortable place because as chosen people, we typically always have something to do. We're always on assignments. We're always helping other people. We're always doing this, that, and the third. And now we're in a season of stillness. So because it's stillness, the enemy knows idle mind. So he's in your mind telling you all kind of foolishness. You're not good enough. You'll be a bad parent if you don't wait until your child graduates college. You don't have enough money. You don't look good enough. You're not beautiful enough. You're not handsome enough. You got to wait until you gain some muscle. You got to wait till you lose 15 more pounds. You got to wait until, honey, foolishness. So what happens when he's dropping these demonic downloads in your head? Then what's the next step? Oh, well, let me go and sign up for the next aerobic class. Let me go and please, that's probably already a part of your process anyway. But I'm speaking about additional things. So now instead of going 4 or 5 times a week, I'm going to go 7 days a week. Because he knows that 7 days a week is going to distract you from the very one day that God needs you to be in the secret place. Get back to the secret place. Limit all of your distractions. And some of them is not going to feel good. Some of the distractions you're going to want to keep for whatever obvious reasons, right? You're going to want to keep certain distractions. But this is a time you have to be so firm. This is the time that, well, all the time, but especially now, no one can come before God. Even if that means you have to put some boundaries in place where you may feel like you're risking losing certain people, certain opportunities, but you must be obedient to the distractions he's asking you to remove. And it's going to be every single thing that pulls at your mind. Your mind, our minds have to be so clear right now. When I say that, I always get visions of a highway, a freeway, interstate at nighttime where it's no cars. It has to be clear in order for us to receive. But instead, the enemy is going to crowd that interstate with all these cars, all these 18-wheelers, honey, motorcycles, mopeds, all this foolishness. And we can't even hear. We can't even receive. The higher you go, the more disciplined you have to be. The higher you go, the more downloads you're going to get, more strategy, more insight you're going to get. And it's crucial because he knows the higher you go, the more the enemy is literally going to try to distract you. Get back to the secret place. There's literally an instruction waiting to come through. Even if it's just one more. I mean, it may be several, who knows, right? There is a particular, and the thing about it is, this is something that you already know that this is an instruction that you're waiting on. Like you know what, you may not know the intricate details of everything or every word that you're waiting for, but you know, but also what you feel is the fact that it is some kind of strategic move. Like it's still what you're waiting on. Like it's still your answer, but something has shifted, almost like dodgeball. Almost like dodgeball. And this is why it's crucial for you to get back to the secret place because it's strategic. Refusing you know what? Oh, Satan's so petty. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm sorry. Refusing to remove people, if that means block, if you got to do it temporary, right? I had to block somebody temporary, right? I can't even worry about if they're going to be there when I unblock them. All I know is it's a distraction. All I know that God has been clear that He comes first. All I know is wisdom told me you're going to miss your very next instruction that I'm going to only give you one time. That's how important it is. That's how strategic it is. So you can make your hair, you can sit here and have your mind full up with whatever you got your mind full up with, or you're going to go ahead and limit all distractions to get this very profound instruction. Obedience over emotions, point blank, period. Let me tell you something. One reason why the path of the chosen ones are so lonely, let me take that back, not lonely, alone, right? There's a difference between being lonely and alone, is because of seasons like this. The people, like your soul tribes, and the people who are truly meant to ride this journey out with you, they get it. They get it because, first of all, they're on their own journey. So they understand that it requires many times seasons of stillness, seasons of isolation for this very particular reason that God have to get certain things to you. Let me tell you something. Anybody who's meant to ride this journey out for you, they will get it and they will understand. They won't be offended. Meaning, if I say that I'm in a season right now, or I'm in a moment right now where I can't be this, I can't have this level of availability, right? Because I have to press in. I have clear instructions. I have to press in. If they're getting upset with you, those are not your people. I have friends, other soul tribe members. If I'm honest, we may speak. I mean, there's seasons, of course, where we speak often, but there's seasons where we might only speak once every 3 months. And when we finally do reconnect, it's like we never miss one day because they're connected to you. They understand this journey. They understand, like, okay, I haven't heard from her in a month, or I haven't heard from him in a month, and vice versa. They're going through some things, and a lot of the times you're kind of going through the same things at the same time. It's just different. We have different journeys, if you will. So you may be in isolation for whatever one reason. I may be going through a spiritual attack for another reason. But we know that there's something going on in each other's lives where we're going to be praying behind the scenes for each other, or you might randomly send a text message or whatever the case may be, and vice versa. You may connect, you may not connect, but spiritually you're connected. When you have friends, when you have partners, when you have counterfeits who get upset with you because you have to pull away because of something spiritually, these are people that God will require you to remove out of your life, especially the higher you get. And if you don't do it, He'll allow something to happen where they fall off. It's that serious. It's that serious. When we're at lower frequencies and we're vibing low and just full of toxins, and we're toxic and all that foolishness at lower frequencies and lower levels, it's nothing for us to have all that stuff pulling at us. 1,000 people like talking about nothing, surface level stuff. The higher you go, the people, which will typically only be a few anyway, but the people in your life have to be so spiritually in tune that they have to respect and understand when you're going through a moment or even a season where God is calling you to press in. If they don't get it, you're going to have to make the call yourself. You're going to have to understand that God comes before anyone. You're going to have to understand that on this journey, you may lose some things that you really are very fond of. But it's important to know that God will replace everything and everybody. What's really coming to my spirit now is someone who's trying to pull away from a narcissist. And I was about to end this recording. And that narcissist can be a partner, that can be a spouse, or that can be family members. A lot of the time, narcissists are going to be people closest to you. Y'all probably hear my crazy dog running down the steps. Oh my goodness. Obedience over emotions. Here's how getting away from the narcissist is going to happen for a lot of people, or for not, I don't know, for somebody. Somebody, one person, because I'm led to speak on this right now. I had no insight before I started this recording in regards to narcissists or getting away from narcissists. But what's going to happen is, listen, sometimes you're so caught up in that web. And okay, so I know the main part of this recording was speaking about those of us chosen ones who's waiting on the next instructions that's going to boom, thrust us into destiny season, our destiny land, like seriously, like a big deal type of thing, where the individuals who are just pulling away or attempting to pull away from a narcissist situation, you more than likely won't get thrusted into a destiny land, if you will. You will more than likely, I don't know, just getting where you're going to take the Holy Spirit, right? I'm just speaking what I feel right now. You will more likely get thrusted into a healing season first. Because when it comes to narc abuse, especially if it's somebody who had access to you for a very long time, before God can use you, he's going to have to heal you. There's no way in the world. When you leave a narcissist, honey, you are so broken, you don't even know who you are, right? And in order to be used for purpose and calling, we have to know who we are, right? We got to know who we are. Doesn't mean we're perfect. Doesn't mean we don't deal with self-esteem and confidence issues at times. But to our core, we know who we are. We might have to battle some things in our heads, but we know who we are. You tried everything. And no matter how much you try to love on, they rejected it. No matter how much you tried to love on, the more you loved them, the more they hated you. Everyone has turned against you because everything the narcissist, all the seeds they've planted, smear campaigns, all that stuff. And what a broken down feeling. It's a feeling of emptiness because you did absolutely nothing wrong. Doesn't mean you're cute. You ain't that cute boo, right? We all, we all got our stuff. Let's just be real here. But as a chosen one, your spirit is pure. Nobody can take that from a chosen one. We may have some issues, honey, but our spirits are pure. And you can't say that about a lot of people. So because our spirits are so pure, what we keep clipping ourselves up at and hurting ourselves over and over at until you heal and understand this journey is we keep assuming that everybody's like us. So it's like, I would never do that to you. So how could you do it to me? I'm only loving on you. How can you not love me in return? I'm only supporting you. Can you just not support me? I'm respecting you. Why can't you respect me? We keep assuming everyone is like us. We are so rare. So you've tried to leave over and over, right? Many times you left, you went back. You left, you went back. You left, you went back. You got your feelings hurt. You left and you went back. You separated for probably 34 months. You really thought you was over it. Here come the flying monkeys. Here come the love bombing and the foolishness. You went back. You went back. You went back, right? A time is going to come very soon. The narc is going to say something. They're going to do something They're going to cause something and boom. It's going to be an automatic shift in your spirit. There's a grace like never before. Something will lift up off of you when you know this was the very last offense. And it wouldn't even make sense, right? Logically, because it's like, but they've offended you worse in the past. They've done worse things to you, right? They've been offending you for 12 years and you couldn't walk away. It was still that urge and that desire to if I love them more, let me love on them more and more. Let me support them more. Let me show up more, right? But there's going to be a time where God allows one thing to happen, and that thing is going to literally break your heart. Let me backtrack really quickly. It's not that, well, that of course that can be for some people. It can break your heart. That can be like the person cheat on you. That can be, what I'm trying to say is that particular thing is not going to break your heart. What's going to break your heart? Okay, so the one thing that they're going to do is just going to sting you. It's going to sting you. That is not going to break your heart because there's a grace that it has to happen in order to trigger the release in the spiritual realm. But what's going to break your heart is when you do leave, right? And you know this is the finale. There's no question about it because God have already there's a grace and there's an ease. There's a cutoff in the spiritual realm. Remember that's a spirit, right? So there's a cutoff in the spiritual realm. So you're going to know instantly when that last offense happened that that's it. I'm never, ever, ever returning. Even if mentally you tell yourself that something has happened in the spiritual realm, God have capped it. It's stamped and certified, honey. Right? But what's going to really break you is that the narc, because it's a spirit, right? It's a spirit. The narc is going to know that that last offense was the last offense. Where before, they always knew that you would come back, right? They always knew it. Even if you left, they always knew it. It's a spirit. It's like a spider web in the spirit. But that last offense, when you hung up that phone or when you said, you know what? Okay. Have a great day. They knew it. So now, because they know it, what are they going to now do? They're going to now amp up their strategies. And it's about to get real dark. Now, they're going to hold the kids away from you. Now, they're going to wipe out the bank account. Now, they turn everybody, right? Before it was 80% of the people against you. Now, the smear campaign have 100% of the people against you. Now you got people calling you. They're now blaming you for hurting the narcissist. They're now blaming you for tearing the family apart. Everything is now you, your fault, your fault, your fault, your fault. So you're going to have all this energy of people who come against you because of the narc smear campaign. And now the narc is trying to make everybody feel so sorry for them. And the hurtful part is that these people didn't even protect you when you were crying out for help, when the narc was lying on you, when the narc was destroying the family and using the kids against you and this, that, and the third. No one heard you and protected you. But now all of a sudden they're protecting the narc. So that's not another form of betrayal, rejection, which are going to be trauma triggers from all the other time you've been rejected as a chosen one. And so now you're going to feel all of that at one time. And then once you're released from it spiritually, you're going to now enter a isolation season, which now puts you all by yourself. So now you're all by yourself with all these thoughts, with everything and everybody against you, right? They're keeping kids away from you. These may be kids that they may have been your stepchildren, but you raised them like your own and you really, really love these kids, right? Or it could be your own kids and they're playing a dirty game and lying to the courts about you, all that stuff that they do. And now you have to sit in a single season, a isolation season, a season of stillness, a healing season with all that behind you. Your heart would be broken. But it had to happen. And this is when your healing season will start. The most intensive season you probably will experience. Now, once you get out of this season, the healing season, right? Then you will then enter due season, et cetera, because now you're healed, whole, and ready to be used. But whatever you do, last thing, whatever you do, stay the course. Broken heart and all. Because everything in you is going to want to go back. More so less because you don't know what God is doing. You can't even see. You're so broken, you can't even see the other side. You can't even see due season. And I think if anybody, which I know a lot of people are from your emails and your comments, a lot of people have came out of their healing season long ago, and they're now in due seasons and destiny seasons, things like that. And I think majority are all can attest that they didn't know how good the other side was. Meaning you can't even see everything. It's almost like it's pent up blessings on hold. Where blessings are going to be on hold because he can't release it to you because you not with narcissists, right? You got the wrong people around you, the wrong mindsets, the wrong motives, things like that. So it's almost like he's holding them up for you, like storing up the blessings, waiting for you to leave, waiting for you to get through this healing season so you can introduce season, and the blessings will blow your mind. And it's just not physical. It's peace, right? It's peace. Is this, that, and the third, but the blessings are going to blow your mind, but you can't see where God is taking you now because you're too broken down. So your mind is going to be on, I might as well go back because here I am all alone. No, whatever you do, stay that course. Whatever you do, every instruction that God gives you, you must, all caps, must obey. Broken heart and all, not understanding what God is doing and all. You got to obey. If he says change that number, change the number. If he says don't call them about trying to get half of the money, let that money go. I'll replace it with $1 million in the next season. They're using the kids against you. Listen, trust me here. Because all kids grow up. So they'll learn the truth one day. In fact, they'll start to see their own parents' ways one day and they'll understand. You got to trust God throughout this process. There's nothing you can do when it comes down to fighting a narcissist in the physical realm. This is a spiritual thing. You've tried everything in the physical realm. Every time you try to fight them in the physical, in the flesh, you fail. They somehow come up on top, laughing at you with those evil eyes and those demonic looks in their eye. And here you are somewhere in the corner crying. You cannot beat these folks in the physical realm. This is a spiritual fight, and you have to allow God to fight this battle for you. And that means submitting even when it hurts, but trusting and knowing that God will fight the battle. Do you know right now there's a lot of narcissists who's going through hell? You will probably never know. Or maybe you do. Of course, they'll never tell you because what do? They try to amp everything up like their life is so perfect. And behind closed doors, honey, they're finally being tortured. They're being tortured now because your life has been elevated, right? Maybe God have sent you new people, right? Who like God ordained people. So now you're really at peace and you're really happy and they're really struggling. So if they're so happy, why are they sending flying monkeys? Make it make sense. If you're happy, I can see flying monkeys, literally, right? If you're so happy and if you're like at peace, that why are you sending flying monkeys? Leave people alone. Go on with your life. Leave people alone because the chosen one will never, ever, 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 ever wish harm on the narcissist. The chosen one just wants the narcissist to leave them alone and stop sending flying monkeys. They're not happy. They're suffering. Trust the process. Follow every instructions. But most importantly, do not go back. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.